Okay, so what's the sound, Mr. Wolf? So you'll find what's the sound, Mr. Wolf on page 40. So some of you might remember this game. I certainly remember this game, and I've seen kids playing it more recently in the park. So you can play this, we've written that you can play this sound two ways. So the first way is you are going to have kids listen for a sound. So if your sound is S, for example, you're having the kids listen for S. So when you're Mr. Wolf first, and you're going to stand and you're going to actually face them because you want them to be able to see your mouth and get those cues, okay? So they say, what's the sound, Mr. Wolf? And you say S. And if they hear an S, they take a step forward. If the target sound is S, maybe sometimes they say, what's the sound, Mr. Wolf? And you say then they wouldn't move forward. Or you say shh, they wouldn't move forward. You're not trying to trick them. The whole point of this game is giving them lots and lots of opportunities to hear the target sound. So as often as possible, you want to be using the target sound. So I would say almost 3 to 1. 3 times you're using the target sound, 1 time you're not using the target sound. This will be an opportunity for you to see who is hearing and who isn't hearing the target sound. You might notice some kids, they seem to be looking at their peers and they're just moving because other people are moving, but they don't appear to be able to hear it themselves. This is a good thing for you to note down. We face the kids, as I said, because we want them to get the cues. And so whoever comes to you first, then they say, what's the sound, Mr. Wolf? And you say lunchtime. And you can catch them, and then they can be Mr. Wolf, and maybe they choose a sound and then they're producing that sound. Okay, the other way you can play is you're the teacher, you're Mr. Wolf. You say, the students say, what's the sound, Mr. Wolf? And you say S. And then the kids might take multiple steps, and each time they take that step, they practice making the sound. So if it's S, then, and they're getting to do 3 steps, and then they go S, S, S as they go. And then if there's 2 teaching staff, maybe the other teacher's really having a listen out for who's making the sound correctly, or you might be able to notice if kids don't seem to be doing it quite right, or their mouth is not in quite the right position.